Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you probably till about 5 o'clock. I'm waiting on a package. When my package get here, it just should have been here a couple hours ago. But when my package get here, oh, I'm so excited. I got work to do. But I like the work that I'm doing, so I'm excited about that. But I'm here till probably 5 o'clock. Probably. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing good. Again, understand Thursdays and Fridays, even though it didn't happen yesterday. Thursdays and Fridays, I'm going to probably be late. I go pick up the little baby from school. And, it was what it was. Man, traffic headed into downtown was really backed up today. It's not normally that backed up. I was on 75. So going 75 south. Let's see, was it just above Hopple? Just above Hopple? Like really, as you pass 74, it was backed up to there. So just be aware if you're headed that way. Hope everybody is doing good. I hope everybody is doing good. Whew, tired. But we soldier on. We soldier on. Let me say hello to the people. Because if you don't know this, Emmanuel loves the people. Robert Willis in the house. Good afternoon, Robert. We got Erica Hummins. Good afternoon. She's representing Reading. And Maria Smith representing North College Hill. Those are your top three. All three from YouTube. Congratulations. That's the whole prize. Congratulations. I like seeing them. I like seeing the people. Ron, already coming in, hating. Talking about with your late ass. Ron, thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate you. We got Pamela Kinney in the house. Good afternoon, Pamela, representing North Avondale. Good afternoon. Regina Denson Griffin in the house, representing Madisonville. Good afternoon. Lewis Talbert, he's representing Sharonville. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Lewis. Diana Huddleston Angel says good afternoon. Well, good afternoon to you as well. Good afternoon. Did I say Diane? Regina Denson Griffin. I feel like I said Diane. That's what I feel like I said. So if I didn't, good. If I did, if I messed it up, I apologize. So now I feel like I just confused some people. There's Regina Denson Griffin, who's representing Madisonville, and then there's Diana Huddleston Angel, who just said hello. And I felt like I confused the names, so I want to make sure I get it right, because I don't like messing people's names up. Good afternoon. Andrea Bussell, representing Golf Manor, says TGIF, everyone. Well, TGIF to you as well. And thank you for checking out the show. Tanika. Good afternoon. She's checking in from beautiful Orlando, Florida. All right. Well, good afternoon. Diane wants to know, is there a ball game today? I don't know. It's Friday. It might be a college game on. Sometimes the colleges play on Friday, but I don't know. Bonita says Bengals game this weekend, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Sea Breeze says, hi, E-Man and the AE crew. She's representing Boston. Good afternoon. We got Al Johnson in the house. Al Johnson representing Middletown. Good afternoon, Al. I appreciate you. And Bonita say hello from Roseline. All right. Lewis Johnson, a.k.a. CK, says, good podcast, anyone? Not sure why there's a question mark there, but good podcast to you as well. Dwayne Larkin, representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon, Dwayne. Good afternoon. Appreciate you. Kim Brandy in the house. Kim Brandy, good afternoon. Random question from Seabreeze. Have you used the DJI Ronin Pro 4 gimbal for video stabilization? If so, do you like it? I have not. Even though I was thinking about getting me one. I'm going to have to talk to a guy that I know who does, uses gimbals and stuff like that. I'm going to have to talk to a guy that I know. All of the people, I usually just do video and stuff for the church and they're on sticks, so we don't have people walking around with cameras. So, but I've thought about getting one for me, for my own personal, because I'm gonna make a movie one of these days. I'm gonna make a movie. I keep talking to Mrs. Livingston about it. She's supposed to be helping me write it, but she not being helpful. She just keeps saying, "You wrote that movie yet?" That's not help. But yeah. So I don't know. I've never used one. Diane says you did not. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't mess it up, and glad I cleared it up. Daryl says, you made it, E-Man, doing all that crying for nothing. What up today, E-Family? What I did was not crying. What I did was share information. I never said I wasn't going to make it. Y'all be saying I'm not going to make it. And I know some of that is because y'all haters. Y'all can't help yourselves. But y'all be saying I'm not going to make it. Not me. Robert Willis says the NFL play tonight. All right. So there's the answer to somebody who asked that question. Daryl says they had an orange out pep rally on the square. That's probably why the bad traffic downtown. Oh, I didn't know that. That might explain it. Jeannie Mulholland says, good afternoon, Emanuel and everyone. Happy Friday. Good afternoon. Diane is waiting on the cool fall weather this weekend. All right. David says, good afternoon, little baby. Little baby. David said, good afternoon. Huh? You're not going to say good afternoon back? No. Okay. The Afternoon Experiment fam and Emanuel. He's representing Westchester. Pamela. The Reds play the New York Mets. It's baseball. Nobody cares. Shahara in the house. She says, happy Friday. Y'all, Janice says we're not allowed to use that word. So, she says she's present. She's representing Bond Hill. Seabree says, make a documentary about your unilateral beefs. Little baby business is busy producing the show. No, she ain't. She over there on that phone playing some games. I hope everybody's doing good. I've had a good day so far. I am a little tired, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. Seabreeze, what do you do? You're always asking me about, audio and video equipment. What do you do? Is it just a hobby of yours, or are you in the field? Roz Anderson says, hey there from Mount Health. I'm going to assume this is Mount Healthy, not Mount Healthful, because I've never heard of Mount Healthful. And, the Y and the U are close to each other, and sometimes that happens when you send in messages. So, Roz, representing Mount Healthy in the house. All right. Nikki in the house. Good afternoon, Nikki. Shahar says, why can't we use the Y word? I missed that. She didn't say why. She just said stop using it. So, I like Janice. So if she say stop using it, that's all that need to happen. The father, Colin Gray, he's the father of the 14-year-old who shot up the school in Georgia. He's been charged. He was arraigned today. He's charged with, where are the charges? Involuntary manslaughter and second-degree murder. Y'all, I don't know how I feel about this. I get it. I understand it. I'm not, mad about it, but it's worrisome. It's worrisome. How do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like parents of children who do school shootings should be charged with the murders of those children and teachers or whoever that they shoot and kill? Do y'all feel like that's appropriate? This is the second that, the one in Michigan, they did it. And this is the second one that I know of where they've done it. Now, I don't have details. The arrest warrant said he caused the deaths of others by providing a firearm to Colt Gray with knowledge that he was a threat to himself and others. The charges come 5 months after Michigan parents Jennifer and James Crumley were the first convicted in a U.S. mass school shooting. They were sentenced to at least 10 years in prison for not securing a firearm at home and acting indifferently to signs of their son's deteriorating mental health before he killed 4 students. I really want to know how people feel about this. Tanika says the father needs to be charged. I hope it sets a precedent. DeAndre says arrest warrant is out for the mother also. Logic Slayer says good afternoon. Good afternoon. He's representing Gulf Manor. David says, did they say how the 14-year-old arrived at school? I'm sure he didn't ride a bus or a bike. Did his father drive him to school? And Nate says you can't argue with that, can you? The man was interviewed by the FBI or some law enforcement. He knew. I don't know that he knew. The stories that I read, and unless I haven't read any new stories about it today, and there could have been new information, but the stories as I understood it is that, and I see where Seabreeze is saying the father should be charged because he purchased the gun after the kid was investigated by the FBI. And I see LaDonna saying, hello, LaDonna. Andrew says, yes, the father provided the gun after he already suspected and threatening to shoot up a school. But being suspected is different than actually doing something, right? Look, I've been suspected and even accused. I've been suspected and even accused of doing a number of things that I did not do. People went around the city telling people that I did things that I did not do. So I guess in that way, I'm sympathetic. There are people who, with every fiber of their being, believe that I did what I've been accused of doing. And there are people who know for a fact that I did not do what I was accused of doing. So, what does that mean? The FBI said that there was some suspicion. They talked to him. They interviewed the father. And there was apparently nothing that they could prove. I mean, think about it. We all talk about how the feds this and the feds that. The feds this and the feds that. The feds is the best ever at everything. You got a case against the feds, they win 99.9% of the time. Whatever the number is. People say they don't lose. So if they have some evidence that proves something, you would imagine Chelsea, that's funny. You would imagine they would have been able to make something stick. But think about that. I really want people to think about this in terms of your child, right? Your child or your grandchild. Some of y'all don't have no kids. So your favorite niece, your favorite nephew, your favorite little cousin. They're 14. Actually, they're 13. And they get accused of threatening to shoot a school. Not shoot a school, not the building, but you understand what I'm saying. They get accused of threatening to shoot up a school. The FBI come and talk to them, and they investigate, and the FBI concludes, we might think he did it, but we can't prove nothing. So it goes away. Do you run around now believing that your nephew, your grandson, your son threatened to shoot up the school, for me, they would be like, hey, the little baby threatened to shoot up the school. I would be like, little baby, did you threaten to shoot up the school? She'd be like, no. FBI interview me. I'd be like, do y'all have proof that she threatened to shoot up the school? And they'd be like, well, no, we don't have no proof. He said he didn't do it. Are y'all charging him with anything? No, we're not charging him with anything because we don't have any proof, but we believe he did it. But, hold on, little baby. Did you threaten to shoot up school? No, grandfather, I did not threaten to shoot up school. Okay. Guess what? At that point, I believe the little baby. And the FBI didn't charge anything. So I'm like, okay. Seabreeze, that's not the story that I read yesterday. Seabreeze says they know he threatened the school, but he lied and he said he was just joking. That's different. That's not the story that I read yesterday. So unless some other information has come out, the story that I read yesterday was they thought that he did something, the FBI, there was a threat. They did some tracing and the trace kind of led back to him. They asked him about it and he said, no, I did not. I wouldn't even joke about nothing like that. That's the story I read, that he said he wouldn't even joke about something so serious. They interviewed the father, and the father said, I don't know anything about it. So the father didn't have any clue, and they could not prove that the son actually made this threat. That was the story that I read. Not that he said, oh yeah, I did it, but I was just joking. The story that I read said that the FBI could not substantiate their suspicions. So I'm functioning under a totally different set of information. Okay? The set of information that I'm functioning under is he was investigated. And I mean, for real, think about this. He was investigated. And the FBI said, we can't prove that he did it. And he said that he didn't, but we can't prove nothing, so go home. As a parent, what are you supposed to think? See, y'all looking at it in hindsight. Like Tanika just said, he lied and now 4 people are dead and 9 injured. His parents failed him. It's not that simple to me. Because you have to think in that moment. The FBI investigated. Like, you figure if my son did this and the FBI investigating, oh, they gonna have some proof. And the FBI tell you, I'm sorry, we ain't got no proof. He said he didn't do it. We ain't got no proof. Now, look, if he had a time machine, because Tanika's saying, how much simpler can it be? He don't have a time machine. So I'm sure if he had a time machine and he could go back to yesterday or from yesterday and go back in time, then he'd be like, no, my son probably made that threat because in the future, he's going to shoot up a school. So arrest him now. He doesn't have the benefit of having a time machine. Maybe some people don't know when their kids are off. Plus, maybe this guy was a little off. I mean, not only because you had an 11th grade education and that's the most you've had. That don't necessarily make you off, but, you know, the dad was only, he only had an 11th grade education. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. You like to think you would know everybody think they would know if their child do something bad. Do we really believe that every kid that does something bad, their parent knew about it in advance? Or should have known, because you got to know your kid. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not sure. Brent.
What's going on, E-Man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. Hey, if I was one of the members of the Legion of Doom, your own personal Legion of Doom, I would want my superpower to be having this and always getting the benefit of the doubt, like this dad and this boy's getting, because they got the benefit of the doubt at every time, and even making excuses, talking about education, with having an 11th grade education, and even when that family of kittens was camped out at your house that your wife was feeding, you wasn't even the pappy, and you knew that little dumb kitten, something was off about him. So, I don't know. We should be treated the same, but we know we're not. And I think that's what makes it more frustrating, I know for me, is that if it was a black person, it would definitely, they would be running around. But we know that majority of we know that 90% of all school shooters are white boys and white young men. So where are the statistics? Whenever that happens, why don't they pop their faces and pop up those statistics up on the television screen? Or where is them questioning the parents and what's up with the culture of country music or whatever they're listening to that causes them to act such a fool and go kill up a whole school? You never see that, and that's the sad commentary of that, because if it was black, and maybe Twins gonna call in and talk about Chirac and they shooting in, what they gonna do? If he calls in, ask him what they gonna do about these white boys shooting up the school. My guess is, they're not gonna do anything, because if they didn't do anything when they killed up all those first and kindergartners at Sandy Hook, if they didn't do anything then, they sure in the hell ain't gonna do anything now, because those lawmakers, they all got protection, and their children ain't in public schools, they're in private schools.
So Brent, let me ask the question.
Sure.
Are you in favor of, if a kid, let's just stick to, threatens to shoot up a school or shoots up a school, the parent gets charged as well?
I would be, if I thought that it would be applied equitably. So if it happened to a black kid, it would happen to a white kid. But that's not how the criminal injustice system works. Anytime they implement laws like that, it always comes back and bites us in the tail. So I don't know if I can get down with that. Because they said he was truant, and what they were saying about the kids hanging out downtown in Cincinnati and everything, lock up them and lock up their parents. So, which is crazy. One of my favorite series growing up was Good Times. And do you remember the episode when JJ was forced to join the gang and Mad Dog shot him? You remember that episode?
Mm-hmm.
And you remember when they had the courtroom scene where James going in, he wanted to break Mad Dog in half until he heard the backstory, the Paul Harvey, to where the mom was struggling, working, taking care of other kids, and then at the end of it, she was like, "I'm done with you, Mad Dog. Get on out of here." And then he said something about the daddy, and she slapped him. In fact, wasn't the mama? Was she Donna in Sanford and Son? She may have been. But and then James came out there, and Mad Dog said, "You gonna hit me too?" And James was like, "Man, nah, I ain't gonna do nothing." And he felt for him. He wanted to punish him, but he felt for him all in the same. So that's part of it there. It's just, I don't even know where I was going with this tangent I went on. But what was I talking about?
Holding parents responsible for the bad deeds of their children.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, so what good would it be to hold Mad Dog's mama accountable when she's going to be locked up in jail or pay a fine that she can't afford, working 2 jobs and got 2 other children at home? That solves nothing by punishing the parent. And I guess, well, rethink my whole thing. It wouldn't solve anything unless the parents were the ones that actually put up the kid to do the shooting, like they did in, what was it, Michigan or Pennsylvania or something like that, to where they, where they were directly involved in everything. So
I'm still not sure that those parents were directly involved.
And I don't know the whole story, so I can't, speak
But
with any level of
I get what you're
confidence
saying.
on it. Yeah. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. And LaDonna, I don't want to talk about wrestling. But have you heard about the so-called Chase Bank ATM glitch?
I heard a little something about it. I was late to the party about it.
Oh,
And
my.
by the time I heard about it, they were saying, it was a lot of stupid people who were committing check fraud and so on and so forth. So I never really got all of the details.
Yeah, so what it sounds like over the weekend, over the Labor Day weekend, Chase Bank would normally allow you to deposit a check and you could get a percentage of that check back in cash. But there was some issue, some software issue to where, if you deposited $500, you can get $500 out. Well, it sounds like folks was depositing checks, whether it's from one of their Chase accounts to another, or finding checks and depositing in there. So they was depositing $10,000 checks and withdrawing $10,000. And from what I've seen with some of the news stories and everything, and some people who said they were fraud experts at Chase, folks was doing this big time, buying G-Wagons and all sorts of stuff. And they were like, people were calling in because once Chase saw what was going up, they was going through everybody's accounts and said, oh, okay, we see what you did, closing their accounts, and they had their own money in there and couldn't get it out. And they calling up Chase Bank mad, like, how come you closed my account? And they was like, you stole money. So, man, this sounds like a variation of the whole PPP fraud, where people are lying about employees and lying about businesses that they didn't have in order to get that money. So they may have gotten away temporarily, but man, they get caught up in a bad way.
Who thinks that that's a come up? You gotta know that eventually, number one, the check ain't gonna clear, and number two, it's your bank account. Like, it's attached to you. It's not like it's an anonymous bank account, right? It's got to be deposited into your bank account for you to get the money. So what I look like going up, putting $100,000 check in and getting $100,000 cash back and thinking, it's going to be cool because they ain't going to catch me. It's my account.
Yeah, I saw one video, like I said, I don't know if it was true or not, but the girl was on the phone talking to her mama who had a Chase account and trying to get her mama to say, hey, mama, I got this check, man, they deposited, and all we got to do is give him 40% and he'll give us 60%. And mom was like, nah, you ain't messing up my account. Go ask your brother if he want to get caught up. was the basis of the video, but good Lord. But P.T. Barnum did say there's a sucker born every minute, and folks see these TikTok challenges and glitches and so-called hacks, which it ain't no hacks. Those are tips and tricks that, just rebranded. But, man, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So I don't understand. It's going to be interesting to find out how many people were scammed, what's the demographics of those people, young, old, and otherwise, because I know some people got their parents caught up in this mess.
But that's what
I'm saying. Sad.
It's got to be more to it, because I don't understand this. It seems exceptionally stupid if it's as simple as deposit a fake check into your account and then get the money out. Like, I can't think of, even the stupidest people that I know wouldn't fall for that. So there had to be maybe a little bit more to it. Because, if that's the case, then why would somebody have to try to get their mama to participate in the scam? It had to be more to it, right?
Look, in the engineering world, we have something called poker yoke. And what poker yoke essentially means is that you're trying to, for lack of a better term, idiot proof a design or how to assemble something or how it operates. But as I found out over the past 28 years as an engineer, there's always a bigger idiot. And it's, you think you got it fixed, you think you can't possibly mess it up, but somebody messes it up. Just like with the hot coffee in the lap, the McDonald's lady back in the day. Who would think to put a cup of hot coffee in their crotch? Use it there, but folks did, and they did say that. Well, McDonald's, you had the temperature of the coffee too hot, and you didn't put hot on it. But there's always going to be people who are trying to, people are trying to hit a lick. They're trying to, hit the lottery in any way they can.
Well,
and
hold on. While I know this wasn't your
point.
point, but my understanding is that McDonald's coffee case was not as silly as it sounds. I watched the interview, and I don't remember all of the details from somebody that was involved in that case, and they were saying,
no. Now she did get like third-degree burns and everything, and it was horrible. But where she put the coffee when she wound up, I don't know what she was doing in the car, but it spilled on her. I'm not putting a coffee cup between my legs. So
well, but again, they were saying that there was some negligence on McDonald's. I don't remember. I don't remember. But even if something like the cap didn't go on right or something like that, and so the coffee spilled, it's not unreasonable when you at the window to get that coffee, you trying to pay or whatever, and put that coffee between your legs as you fumble through your wallet to get your money or your card or whatever the case may be. That doesn't seem exceptionally unreasonable.
You may not think it's unreasonable, but to me, it's stupid. To say you got a cup holder or something there, I wouldn't have done it. But oh well. There's many people do things that are wacky and doesn't make sense to me. But as the story develops, it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be interesting because I saw one story where the lady went in there complaining, and they essentially pulled her into the general manager's office, saying, "Yeah, you essentially committed, wire fraud or check fraud, and if you don't pay back this money in a month, guess what? We calling the boys on you, and you're gonna get locked up." So they got a GoFundMe, and that's what I need to do. I need to search on these GoFundMes for these folks who got caught up in this to see, and folks who scam that way say that they did the stuff and get some GoFundMe money. So there are so many different ways in order to game the system and gain people's good, well intentions that, some people, they just, they don't care if they're scamming a bank or scamming their own grandmama or family members. Some people are just cut that way.
Yeah.
But that's all I got. I wanted to call in so I can go ahead and get this work finished up and get along with my weekend.
All right.
All right, take it easy.
Appreciate you. All right. Y'all, look, I think one of the things that's happening is some of y'all are unreasonably harsh on people. First, this is going to sound crazy to some of y'all. Every car don't have a cup holder in the middle. Every car don't have a cup holder in the middle. In the vet, it wasn't no cup holder in the middle. It didn't exist. If you wanted a cup holder, you had to go to the store and buy one of those things that you hang on the side of your door. Y'all not being, what happened to y'all compassion? To y'all understanding? Y'all are so, I don't even, what's the word? Like kind of everything don't operate the exact same way for you, for everybody else as it does for you. Everybody doesn't have everything that you have. And how do you know what was in the cup holder already? If there was one there. Every car post 1985 had a cup holder. That's not true.
That's not true.
That is not true.
That's not fucking true. Who said that shit?
Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta stop being so. I know things work a certain way for you and your brain work a certain way. But I could easily see somebody, oh, that'll be so-and-so. Okay, hold on. I got this. Hold on a second. Boom, let me do this. The kid's over here. Okay, here, give me the coffee. Here, here's the money. And then you take that over there. Okay, here, thank you. Hold on. Here, let me get this together because I'm trying to get this money. Here, take this. Let me put this back in my purse. Then let me move this over here. That's not exceptionally unreasonable. Come on, y'all. Come on. Ron.
If anybody is a real coffee drinker like that, they gonna sit in it between their legs one way or another, at one time or another.
I don't know about that either.
At one time or another, just like you said, you're going to sit it between your legs at one time or another. But check it out. You ever seen a courthouse get shot up?
No.
Ever seen an airport get shot up?
Have I ever seen? No.
Not in a long time. In 74, the airport that they took those Jews from got shot up. But, it can't, pretty much it can't happen now. And it doesn't make any sense. People, they could stop all these school shootings if they wanted to stop these school shootings. But I said yesterday that they use us as collateral damage. Twin was right in a way. They use school shootings and not just school shootings, mass shootings a lot of times. I think they use them a lot of times to distract us from the ongoing issues. Because again, you haven't seen a courthouse being shot up. You haven't seen a airport being shot up. They can take precautions to make sure that, we don't have these school shootings like that. But they're not taking the precautions.
What?
What do you mean, what? The Cincinnati public schools spend, I think it was $800 million on redoing the air systems and cleaning up the schools from COVID. And I can guarantee you they can put things in places to where they can be less expensive than $800 million.
So what can they put in place?
The same things that they have in places in the airports and in the courthouse. And they already have them. Woodward has one.
Ron.
One. Yes.
I'm not sure that what you're saying is reasonable.
How is it not reasonable?
Well, there's a whole government agency dedicated to ensuring the safety of the.
No.
Can I answer? Can I answer?
No, that's not a government. That's not even really a government issue, because it's not really a government issue.
May I answer your question?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, there's an entire government agency, dedicated to maintaining the safety of the airports, right? The TSA.
Okay.
And in order to have the same level of that type of scrutiny, you would have to have the TSA set up at every school in America. Now,
No,
how
you
many?
don't.
Wait a minute.
Now,
How many? How many airports?
Can I interrupt you right quick?
Sure.
Can I interrupt you right now? In the courthouse, they have the scanner that you walk through,
Yes, they
and
do.
then they have the scanner to scan your bags through. And they have two officers, well, three officers, one to take your shit, one to give you your shit, and one sitting by the scanner to look at the items that you're bringing in.
You bring up a good point.
A good point
Yes.
is the what's that? The scanner that they have in Woodward, they don't even use,
Right.
and they don't have it. They don't have you just let me finish, man. And it is feasible. You only have a few X's and entries in any school. In any school.
May I interrupt you for a moment?
You put 3 people in every entrance to take a look at the school bags, and then pretty much.
Okay.
That's
right.
it.
Okay.
And then you already got the lockdown process.
May I interrupt you?
Okay.
For a moment. How many courthouses do we have in Hamilton County?
I don't give a fuck how.
Come on, Ron. We having a good conversation. You interrupted me, and I waited for you to finish. You asked me a question, and I answered your question.
We only have one, but it doesn't make any fucking difference.
So we have one courthouse in Hamilton County. How many school buildings do we have in Hamilton County?
We have a bunch of them. I don't know. We have a bunch. Now continue.
So asking for the same level that the county can provide at one courthouse, as opposed to all of the schools in Hamilton County, you do understand that's a whole different level of ask, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you understand that. I just wanted you to make sure that you understood that. What happens at the airport, what happens at the courthouse, it's not feasible to say that same level should happen at every individual school.
That lies the system. Either you a slave to the system or you want to fucking change. If you're tired of school shootings, what you willing to do to protect the kids in the school? Now they take millions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. The school system every cycle, every year, they take billions of dollars. And like I said, I think it was 800 million to clean up all the schools and to revamp the oxygen system in all the schools. Now I know I ain't seen no big oxygen trucks. When COVID was around, the kids didn't even fucking go to school. Why did they have to spend $500 million to clean up the schools? Basically, what I'm saying is, you can invest that shit. They sloppy with the money all the time. They sloppy with the money, and everybody knows it. You can have comprehensive gun safety in all schools, and it should be a criteria for that, and it should be a set standard for that, just like it should be when they want to do a set standard for them damn bags.
Okay, May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So now you are for comprehensive gun safety standards being mandated?
No, nigga, I ain't say. When I said gun safety, I meant student safety. I guess I should say student safety. And pretty much, for real, I don't even see why you don't have guns in school. I would much rather, and it has a what I want to call myself as a parent post time. I would have much rather my son's teacher had a pistol than not. Had a pistol than not. I would much rather uh, 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 faculty be trained on protection and protection of the students, you know, than, just not nothing. I mean, it just doesn't make any motherfucking sense. You like I said, you can have
Ron,
what?
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard. At no point during your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this...
Well, it's already guns in school. I mean, what the faculties already carry guns in school up north. So I mean, that's just your opinion. See, people agree with me. That's why they carry guns. So that's just your opinion, and it's my opinion that I would much rather if when my son was in elementary school or in high school, be in the climate that it is today, I would much rather my son, a teacher, had a pistol or some sort of weapon in the classroom to where they could protect the students than not. Shit, I mean, what about Uvalde? What about all those school shootings? If they had some sort of protection, they would have been dead automatically? And you can't, and of course, you can't say that. You can't say, what would happen. But I would much rather them have it than not. I would much rather them have it than not. Would you much rather you have a gun when somebody coming into your house than not?
You do understand that those things are vastly different, right?
If you were visiting visiting the school and somebody started shooting, you would much rather have a pistol than not.
You do understand that those things are vastly different, right?
Because you always want to be the smartest guy in the room. But shit, it's just an opinion thing right now.
Hold on, I'm just asking a simple question. Do you understand that those things are vastly different?
I understand a whole bunch of shit.
Okay.
Do you want to explain something to me? Is that what it is? I understand a bunch of shit. Do you want to explain something to me?
Would you listen?
Yeah, I will listen.
Okay. There's a huge difference, Ron, between somebody breaking in my house and me having a gun.
I
thought you said you was gonna listen. You said you was gonna listen.
Use the other scenario. Use the other scenario in school.
How you gonna tell me what scenario to use? You said you were gonna listen. Come on, be a man of your word.
Yeah, but.
So you're not gonna listen.
Honor the question.
Okay.
Honor the question.
There was no question. You asked if there was something I wanted to explain. I asked if you would listen, and you said yes, and then I started talking, and then you refused to listen.
Not of that bullshit you be on.
So then, no, you're not gonna listen. So there's no reason for me to explain it. You're not gonna listen to it.
What you explaining?
It's not important because you're not gonna listen to it.
I'm listening to you.
No, I'm not an abused woman, okay? You abused me once and said you would listen, and then you didn't. You don't get a chance to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead. No, you didn't listen. You're not gonna listen. I'm not, no. Try to play me like no, you know, you're not gonna hit me if I do it, are you? No, I'm not gonna hit you. Psh. Okay, go ahead and do it. You're not gonna hit me. No, I'm not gonna. Psh. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and do it. No, you don't get to keep doing that. Nope. No need to explain. You're not gonna listen. It is what it is. Yes, he hung up. Look, I understand. Children are important. Children are very important. Okay? But some stuff is just not reasonable. Some stuff is just not reasonable. It's not reasonable to have the whole TSA at literally every, because you would have to have it at every school in the country. Well, they got millions and billions of dollars at the schools, and they using it for the AC systems. Because the schools are, a lot of schools are broke down. So they gotta fix the schools, or they gotta replace the AC, or they gotta anything. They need that money. They need, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? They just sitting there throwing money up like, money. They need that money. Sure, they may not be using it in the best way possible. But they need that money. They can't hire the whole TSA for every single school. They can't do that. Should there be, you know, some safety precautions in place? Sure. I don't want the teachers armed. I don't want the teachers armed. I just don't. I don't trust that teachers, no matter how much training you give them, take them the whole summer and train them. We're going to teach you gun safety, and we're going to teach you how to be Rambo and all of that kind of stuff. That's all you're going to do all summer. That's still not enough for me to trust that it's going to be safe, that my child is going to be safe from the teacher with the gun. I see enough, you know, people getting up in people's faces. I see teachers socking people and stuff like that. I could easily hear a teacher saying, I fear for my life. What did he do? If you would have saw the way he jumped up out of that seat, I feared for my life, so I had to defend myself. Now they got to have qualified immunity. No, I don't, no. And I haven't talked to them. I've seen a lot of teachers say, I got too much going on to be running around with a gun. No. No, I don't trust that arming teachers is the answer. It's interesting we always looking for the answer. Just like people find ways, you know, people actually do sneak guns into the airport. Sometimes they get caught. But they actually do sneak guns in. So even the TSA is not 100%. And so now we want metal detectors and X-ray machines literally at every school. What's the cost on that, do you think? What do you think the cost on that is? B-Rap.
What's up, Emanuel Livingston? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. What was Ron Doula's idea? Was it for students? I mean, for teachers to carry guns?
That was one of his ideas. He had a few of them.
How about this, man? How about an armed security guard for every high school? Think that'll work?
I think they have them.
Do they have them to the point to where they could defend off a school shooter?
But see, that's the issue. You can have an armed security guard there, and people can still get, like, you would need, I mean, if you really think, see, y'all, not you. I wonder sometimes about people thinking about some of this stuff. How many armed security guards do you think you need at any school? Choose any school you want. How many armed security guards do you need to make it 100% safe 100% of the time?
It's never going to be 100% safe 100% of the time.
Exactly.
To answer your question, I would say one, but you would have to have different security guards come in, like have two, like have one work Monday and Tuesday, and have Wednesday off, and have the second one work Thursday and Friday. I don't know the answer, man, because I'm thinking, like, if me and the students were at lunch and they see in the lunchroom the security guard walking around the school, I think it would have probably thwarted some of the idea of, damn, like, how I'm gonna get in, and I know we have an armed security guard. Like, do you agree or disagree? Or
I disagree, because number one, we're not talking about something that's happening like every single day in school. These things, while we hear about them a lot and it's too much,
it's too many,
right? But they're not. They're not as widespread as you would think. So you don't want 5, 6, 7.
One is too many, brother.
Okay, one is too many. Okay, so your answer, to answer your question, in, what was it, Uvalde, Texas, they had armed security there. Somebody still got in with a gun and killed people. Having armed security doesn't stop someone who knows that there's armed security and they're determined to do it. It just means they work around the armed security. That's why I asked the question that I asked, to make it 100% of the time. Because it's not like you know when it's coming. People aren't, it's not one of those things.
So, I mean, every solution that a person would come up with, man, you seem to turn it down, to shoot it down. Then what's the idea, man? Because I don't think do you think it a school shooting? Do you think it could, like, do you think within, like, what's the 2024? Do you think by 2034 we could look at the news and a cashier say, well, we haven't had a school shooting in 10 years. Let's celebrate. Do you think it'll ever be like that?
No.
So this is just here to say this is normal. Because I feel like the kids are being desensitized to this stuff, man.
Well,
and
I don't.
Have a son that's starting
Hold on.
high school.
Just so you know, I reject that it is normal. Okay? I reject that it's normal. Actually, how many schools, how many schools would you say are in Georgia?
Shit, man.
Exactly. You don't have to answer. That's my point. There are so many schools. Something happened at one school, and we acting like it happened at every school twice a day.
Agree.
So
man.
the answer is
one
it's not
school-
normal, but I don't want to say you can't overreact, but you can't act like it's normal. You just have to be vigilant and hope to stop it when someone attempts to do it. But you don't need to set up the TSA at literally every school in America and have, barbed wire and trenches and moats
Ain't
and
nobody asking for
drawbridges
that.
and
You putting the cherry on top. I didn't ask for a cherry. All I wanted was whipped cream. You putting cherry sprinkles. No, I didn't ask for all that. All I'm asking for is one security guard.
And there was one security, but that's what I'm telling you. Even one security guard is not necessarily going to stop it. Most schools have one security guard or more. There was a security guard there. And they're saying, look, their system worked. Based on my understanding, no, they have some technology where all of the teachers have like little panic alarms or whatever, and this kid started shooting, and the school resource officer or the armed security guard is the one who encountered the kid and stopped them and detained them. So if
That's what happened with this past incident?
Yes. So if having one there is supposed to stop it, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Having an armed security guard there does not mean it's not gonna happen.
I get that. I understand that. But something has to shake, man. Like, we talking about kids here, man. Innocent lives being lost because you have crazy. And I feel like his dad is a Trump supporter, so I'm gonna just go assume and call him a crazy Trump supporter, and his wild son, who he never. Like, it's just murder, death, and kill. Oh, I'm a sad white kid, so I gotta go. Something has to happen, man. Like, this is not okay, man. This is not okay. You know what I mean?
I agree, it's not okay, but what do you do?
Man, because I heard on the news that last year, when the kid was 13, they interviewed his father, and so they had him on the scope, right? Like, he was.
Again, the story, B-Rap, the story that I read, which may have been updated by now, was that last year, okay, somebody received a threat. And of course, the FBI was called in. The FBI somehow traced it back to this kid, but they couldn't prove anything. And they interviewed the kid, and the kid said, that wasn't me. I don't know what y'all talking about. I would never do anything like that. Not even as a joke, I wouldn't do anything like that. Apparently was convincing enough for the FBI to not file any charges or do any follow-up. They interviewed the child and the dad, and they did not have enough evidence or enough proof, or they weren't convinced enough to take any further steps. So at that point, what do you want them to do?
Damn, that's what the reports that you read. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know all that.
Yeah. So for real, at that point, what do you want the FBI to do? At that point, what do you want the dad to do? You got kids.
Responsible gun owner and put up his fucking guns so his fucking 14-year-old can't reach them. I got guns in my house, but my kids don't know where they at, and my kids won't have access to my guns. Like, these parents who gun-toting, rootin'-tootin', white-blooded Americans need to put up their damn guns so their kids won't get access to them because they so-called getting bullied at school. Like, come on, man. Like, are they charging his dad?
Yes.
Good. They need to charge his ass because these people are being really unresponsible, man, and it's getting to the point to where, like they keep coming up with excuses for these kids. Like he knew damn well what he was doing. Like like
Well, again, what I read is that the father bought the child the AR weapon, right? And that sounds
tell you,
unreasonable.
man, your kid an AR rifle for.
Again, that sounds unreasonable. Unless, like, you really into guns and it's something that you do with your son.
But at that point, you as a parent have to educate your child on incidents as far as when it comes to other school shootings. You have to educate your child on being bullied. Son, if somebody is picking on you, come tell me. I will come up there and handle it. You have to educate your child on the gun being a tool. This is not something you do. This ain't no fucking video game. This gun right here is a tool you use in case of emergency. And the people who really own these guns isn't really educated themselves. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It ticks me off, man. It really pisses me off. But on a lighter note, if Colin Kaepernick becomes a coach in the NFL, will you watch it again?
I'm still debating that.
But he's going to be in the NFL.
That's why I'm still debating it. Within myself, I'm still debating it. I would have to see and or hear his response. And if this is what he wants, then maybe.
Maybe. Okay. So what's up with your boy Vince McMahon and his rape cases?
I don't know. They're still pending.
They're still pending, but you'd support the WWE?
Actually, I don't know that it's a rape case. I think it's a lawsuit. And he does not own the WWE.
I know, man. I like to get on you about that, man. I'm just joking with you.
It's all right. It's all right.
Hey, man, I really appreciate it, though, man. Thanks for letting me vent, man. I appreciate it, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Thank you, B-Rap.
All right. All right, thanks, man.
All right. I get B-Rap's frustration. It is frustrating. It is frustrating. Even though some of the stuff y'all saying is frustrating as well. But an armed this is Jerica. But an armed security guard / guards could pose as a deterrent. There was an armed security guard there. I'm sure it poses as a deterrent every day. But somebody that's this determined. Sometimes y'all trying to, like, oh, we want to stop everything 100% of the time. And sure, we do. But y'all saying that the answer is the stuff that's already there that's not working 100% of the time. Now, if they knew 100% of the time, you're like, oh, crystal ball, is the school going to get shot today? No. All right, then we can just do what we normally do. What about tomorrow? Yes. Okay, what school? All right, well, let's put some extra security there. Make sure it doesn't happen. But it don't work like that. And again, you can't put the whole TSA at every school every day. I don't know of, I'm sure they exist. I don't know of a school that don't have an armed security guard there. A school resource officer, usually a police officer assigned to that school who's there to guard the school, to maintain order or whatever in the school from a legal standpoint, who has a firearm. But it's not that simple. Daryl says, then what is your solution? Let me give a solution in my mind tantamount to the solution that y'all giving. Here's my solution. Just stop all school shootings. But just stop them. Don't let them happen. If somebody come into the school with a gun, take it before they shoot somebody. It's a great solution, ain't it? simple. I just solved it. Of course I didn't. Just like saying, oh, have a armed security guard there. That'll stop it. It won't. Oh, have metal detectors. That'll stop it. It won't. Oh, give the teachers guns. That'll stop it. It won't. Maybe this is the wrong time to just be realistic about it. Those are not the solutions, because those things are happening and it is still happening. Jerica says, is this a conversation or are you just lecturing us? I had a conversation with B-Rab. I had a conversation with Ron. I've read comments and responded to them. If you want to have a conversation, call me. 513-717-KING. It's 513-717-5464. But I'm not going to sit here and act like the answer is, oh, just have an armed security guard. That's the answer. Because we know that's clearly not the answer. How about I don't have the answer? And we should try a lot of stuff. But until we deal with our culture of violence, our culture of guns, our culture of bullying, our culture, there's a lot of different things going on that could help. It was a real conversation with Ron. There's a lot of things that we could work on that could help. No, I don't have an answer. I keep getting away. Nate says he keep getting pulled away and missing stuff. What is my solution? I don't have a solution. Hold on, did anybody, when this conversation started, are y'all watching this thinking, he gonna give us the magic solution any minute now? And then he gonna say it, and then they gonna do it, and then all shootings is gonna stop. Is that what y'all really think is gonna happen? Well, let me ponder. Maybe y'all got so much faith in me. Let me think about this. I have to think about this. I know, you know what I'm saying, as the king of talk, there's a lot of power and responsibility there. It was never explained to me that if I say it, then it becomes the magic solution. I had to think about it. Give me a few days. Give me a few days. Give me over the weekend. Give me over the weekend. Well, ain't gonna be no school in session, so hopefully won't be no school shootings that happen over the weekend. So give me the weekend, and then I will come with the magic solution. I don't have the answer. But I can tell you when something is not reasonable as the answer. Like putting a TSA in every school. Putting a gun in every teacher's hand. Having an armed security guard. And again, the only way that I know that that's not the answer is because we just saw it not work. My question wasn't even about what the answer is. Y'all the ones who start talking about the answer, and that always frustrates me when people think there is some magic answer. There's not. I was asking, were we comfortable with this school or with this parent being charged for the actions of his child? That's what I was asking, and then people start saying, well, here's the solution. And I wasn't asking what's the solution. If I were asking, hey, what's the solution? Then, sure, y'all got me. You ask for a solution, then when we give you a solution, you shoot us down. That's not what I did. I asked this dude be charged. And then y'all started giving me the solution and then get mad at me because I say, that's not the solution. That's not reasonable. It's not reasonable to believe that that is the solution. How you know it? Why you lecturing us? I'm asking a question. Y'all still out here trying to come up with the solution. I really do have a magic solution. I really do. Because my voice does not sound like that. In my head, that was how it sounded. You can't tell me how your voice sounded in my head. I really do have a magic solution. It's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of money. A lot of resources. And it's not reasonable. But it would work. Do y'all want to hear it? Keep in mind, I'm telling y'all ahead of time. It is a solution that would work. But it's not feasible or reasonable. What else is going on? Why, Tanika? Why would you want to hear a solution that's not reasonable or feasible? Why? That's what I'm saying. There's no reason to hear or even for me to say that because it's not reasonable or feasible. Though it would be 100% effective. Well, maybe not 100%, like 99.99%. Because you gotta believe that somebody is always gonna find a way around. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do some Mission Impossible stuff. And they gonna 3 nights ahead and they gonna have stuff on top of the roof and they gonna tie it to themselves and they gonna drop down like Tom Cruise, an inch from the ground. And you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna find a way around it that they've been bullied so bad that they've come up with the perfect plan. Well, yeah, gun control would help, Ron. I genuinely don't think more guns in more people's hands is the solution. I genuinely don't believe that. Next thing you know, okay, all the teachers in this school, they all carry guns. But there was still a school shooting. No, well, now we're going to make it mandatory that every kid bring a gun to school. More guns. More guns is the answer. More guns. Every kid got a gun at the school. Now every kid need 2. No answer. What else have we got? There was something else that I wanted to talk about. Oh, shoot. Where is it? This wasn't actually what I wanted to talk about. But I did see this story a couple days ago. And I just wanted to bring it up just to tell people, if you got loved ones in like care facilities, please check on your loved ones. Please. On a regular basis. Not like just today because you heard this story. But on a regular basis. Check on your loved one. I remember my dad. He lived up here in Cincinnati. My grandparents lived in Alabama. And I don't know how often he talked to them, but I know at least once a week, every Sunday morning. And this was when you had long distance feeds and all that kind of stuff. Every Sunday morning, he called his parents. And I want to say he talked to them for like an hour. And again, this was when you got long distance charges. Check on your people on a regular basis. If it's once a week, call them, talk to them, stop by, put your eyes on them. It's important. It's important. North Miami, Florida. A family believes a body found in a Florida nursing home closet is a 70-year-old man that went missing from the facility 2 weeks earlier. Yeah, the family of, is it Ellen Etienne? It's a man. Believes it's his decomposing body that was found Monday in a closet at the North Dade Nursing and Rehabilitation Center 11 days after he went missing. He had been a patient at the facility after suffering a brain aneurysm earlier in August, the family said. North Miami police issued a missing persons alert for him August 23rd, a day after he disappeared. Ruth, his granddaughter, told the station that nursing home administrators never notified them that a body had even been found. She said an anonymous caller told them, so they contacted administrators. They said they found him in a closet and he was already decomposing, and they refused to let us see the body. We tried to speak to the nursing home people, but they refused to speak to us. They don't want to talk to us. I wonder why. The nursing home declined comment. The Miami-Dade County Medical Examiner's Office said Wednesday that the body still had not been identified. Police said they're conducting a death investigation. If he went missing, I mean, he was dead in a closet for 11 days. And then they found his body in the closet, decomposing. And then they didn't even call the family and say, yeah, we found your loved one. We found your grandfather. Some do-gooder, somebody who worked at the nursing home was like, oh my God, we found him. And you could, I'm just telling you, we don't talk about this stuff. Shh, don't talk about it. We don't tell nobody. We'll call the police, whatever, but you don't need to contact nobody. Somebody heard that like, no, I'm calling that man family. That man family believe he missing. They got a right to know that their loved one is dead and that we found his body on premises in a closet. And so they had to anonymously, they had to sneak and call the family to alert them that their loved one was actually dead and had been found. So we have a running theme here. It's not my goal. But these people, these corporations, they don't care about people. You got to care about people. You have to care. Now, I don't know what you do. You know what I'm saying? If you got a loved one in a nursing home, and even if you show up once a week, and you're like, where's my dad? Oh, he's missing. Call the police. We got to report him missing. Okay, report him missing. What are the chances you're going to be like, we're going to check every closet in here? But it might be one of them things you got to do. Twin.
What's up, little man?
How you doing, Eugene?
Wait for my boy to come on early. I guess he off today. Wyatt, man. Dang. Well, I guess I got to deal with this thing that's on the phone I'm talking to. The little wrestling man.
You a hater, bro. Just so you know.
I ain't got nothing
I know you a hater.
You the last outro of the podcast and radio talk. Before the end of the day, so I get 3 strikes every day. Can make it win. You and Wyatt every day. So, hey, you the last Mohegan. So I got to deal with the devil at the last minute. But you know what? God is good, man. You know why I say that, man?
I don't. Why do you say that?
Man, I sent my tithes and offering in, right?
Huh? You what?
I sent my tithes and offering in.
Tithes and offering. Okay.
I cashed at the pastor yesterday, and I said, God, I need a miracle and a blessing right now.
Wait. I'm missing. I'm having a hard time understanding what you're saying. You sent your tithes and offerings in, and you did what?
And I told God I need a miracle, a blessing.
Okay.
Something to be paid off immediately. You know,
Okay.
God bless me with $150.
Okay.
I mean, $1,500 today.
All right.
Within 24 hours, God is good, man.
Well, that's true. How did you get the $1,500? How did he bless you?
Don't worry about it. I know he blessed me. $1,500. I ain't gonna go on. You can't go off my testimony. Well, God got for me, he got for me. Just know that I told.
Well,
I'm not gonna say.
I'm not saying that there's anything.
You're being nosy.
No. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But how is it a testimony that God did something, kind of miraculous?
My blessing did not. No, because I asked God, seek and ye shall find. So I asked God, I said, Lord, I need something paid off. I need a miracle right now. And I said my blessing within 24 hours. Hey, ching, $1,500.
But how do I know it's a miracle if you won't share the miracle? I mean, hold on. No, wait.
I don't want to go in details about it.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me say this. All right. You know about the water and the wine and all that stuff, right? So
he never turned it though.
But it's not.
People thought he.
Hold on. That's not the point.
He never turned.
It's not the point. Let's say I'm at that wedding. And I'm
Why
telling
you just can't accept somebody? Why you just can't accept somebody saying anything?
No, because I'm
trying
trying
to. God is talking about God of doing cartwheels, but you accept somebody with some tights and doing a chokehold and something like that. You accept all that, but when somebody else talk about some and everything, why is it this? Why is this? Why is this?
Because I'm trying to help you edify, okay? And so I'm telling that story. I'm at the wedding, and I'm like, you know what? I was thirsty. And I said, God, I want some wine. And then I got some wine. How does that help the story of the miracle? It's important to.
You said what now?
It's important.
You said what now?
It's important to understand the details of the miracle in order to say that it was a miracle.
You like to be extra and make fun of people, man, and I ain't got time for
Who do I make fun of?
Man,
when have you ever known me to make fun of anyone?
Man, when Ron be talking and everything, trying to explain himself, which I understand what he be saying, but you try to edge that man, and you know he got his problems and everything. You be trying to bring the demon out of him, man.
I be trying to understand what
that.
He's saying.
You said what?
I be trying to understand what he's saying. But
you understand, but when you got to give him a chance to explain himself.
I let him talk sometimes for 15 minutes straight.
And then you say something. Then you say, and then you go off, and you know he go fall out his baby chair.
Wait a minute. What do I say?
You know you go home, and you know you do it on purpose, man. Just like you piss me off all the time. But I got to deal with you because you're a square floor affair. You're a little neutron peon and all that.
All
But I gotta
did,
deal with you because
all
you
I've
funny.
done
But
in
I
this
caught on to your-
conversation, hold on, in this conversation, you said God performed a miracle. All I'm
No, I
asking
played-
is
no,
to
no, 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 no,
explain
no.
what the miracle was. Here's why
No.
it's slightly important, even though not exceptionally important, right? If I say, you know what, I asked God for a miracle, I need some new screen print ink, and I said, God, by tomorrow, send me some new screen print ink. And you know what happened? When I went to the door today, it was some new screen print ink. And somebody like, well, where did it come from? And I'm like, well, 3 days ago, I ordered some screen print ink. So, oh, that's a miracle. No, that's not a miracle, which is why I'm asking the question. It's different. You're like, oh, I said, God, I need some money, so help me out. And if like, you had a $1,500 check coming to you already, that's not a miracle.
I didn't have it coming to me. I didn't have it coming to me, man.
You played the lottery.
You just want to know real bad. It's
I want
eating you
to,
up, dog.
because I want to glorify God with the miracle, with the story of the miracle, to
You
say
know the
only
lottery.
God
You know
could
they.
do that.
You know they play lottery in the Bible. Don't you know that? It's
It
in the
don't
book of-
matter. I'm just asking. I want to be able to say, look at what God did. How you mad at me because I want to glorify God, but I can't glorify God with no details?
You just answered my question though. You already answered, Emanuel. Why are you going out raising your blood pressure for what? Getting out your body for what?
So you
See how
hit the lottery.
It's cool to mess with somebody else, man. But when somebody mess with you, he did. It's cool. How you be saying mess with people, but
Just
when
so-
people right back ain't cheating though.
Just so I'm
Right?
clear, so you hit the lottery.
You know I did.
Okay. Why didn't you just
That's a
say
blessing.
that?
No, I want to treat you the same way you do me and Ron, man.
I don't think
Here's my
that's
point,
necessarily
Here's my
a
point, Ron.
miracle, but
You-
I mean, there's nothing
no.
wrong with it. What's
It
miraculous
ain't a
about
miracle,
hitting the
it's a-
lottery?
It's a blessing.
Okay, I'll give you that. It's a blessing, but it's not a miracle.
I ain't saying a miracle, did I?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry if I did say it. But no, man, you get people to where you do the same thing, man. You see how it feels and everything. Somebody get your blood pressure up and all that.
What?
You get all radical and everything. Yeah.
What are you talking about? I'm so
Wait, Saint.
comfortable and my rate is not elevated. None of that kind of
You
stuff.
just put your blood pressure is just going up.
No.
You just went off a little bit until I got it out.
all I wanted to do was know what the miracle was.
Be nosy, just like your brother. Be nosy.
It's
I
not
understand.
about
Y'all
being
some
nosy.
Livingston.
It's about
Yeah,
you
y'all
want to
nosy
glorify
Livingston
God.
brothers. I understand. I understand. Hey, what's the topic today, man? What you talking about? The school shooting? Or
That's
what
one of
you
the
talking
topics. Yes, school shooting.
I think it was earlier today. Princeton, I heard they somebody brought a gun up there, right?
I did not hear that.
Yeah, I think in Princeton, somebody sent me in a inbox, told me in Princeton, somebody brought a gun up there.
Are you sure about that? Or is that just something
Yeah,
you heard?
man. Hold on, big dog. Hold on. Yeah, somebody sent it
Me?
to me.
Huh? Are you talking to me or somebody else?
I'm talking to you. Hold on. It's a weapon found in student's backpack at Princeton. Superintendent said. Somebody sent it. You hear me?
Oh, yes, I hear you. Okay. That's why I asked you. All I said was, is it true or is that just something you heard? And you just said,
No, it's true, big dog.
okay.
But they sent it. Yeah, it's true. Ain't something I heard.
Okay.
That word too don't exist no more. Right is wrong and wrong is right.
Well, for a lot of people, that is the case.
You got to pick you got to pick your own investigation on that one and realize what is the truth. Got to seek it, man.
That's pretty deep.
So yeah, it's crazy, man. Man, real talk, man. How we just fall back and not pay attention to what's going on. But when I was going to school, man, those security guards, they had weapons though, and everything. But they weren't like that in that thing. They weren't you know, they was on security and everything. It was hard back then because they knew it was gang banging in the city or whatever, and they knew what's to be in place and everything.
Mhm.
But you know what, man?
What's that?
Real talk. There's no love and guidance in these little kids, man. It's just like they don't give a care attitude. And
Some
people
of them,
just
you're right.
look over and,
I said some of them, you're right.
yeah, some of them, though. But you got some Me Too ass niggas out here, though. Little kids want to follow the leader and all that type. And then there's really it's hope. But people just don't want to embed in them in their mind and stuff. You can make it. If I can make it, you can make it. I try my best, man. Even though I, entertain on this radio, but I try my best. If I feel like a kid down or hungry or no hope, I try to guide them and tell them my life and how it is. Like, dang, you from this old block? No, I ain't from old block. I stay a couple of streets from old block, but I'm not from old block. Yo, you know what stuff? Yeah, I heard of. I ain't never been around though. But is it really like that? Yeah, it is like that in Chicago, man. Anywhere. It is. That's life. That's part of life. That is like that. But I try to encourage him, man, because me growing up and stuff, that's how I was, and seeing my brother hustling, my family member, and I want to be a gangster and everything. I'm like, man, they make money like this, they doing like this, and you stand on, I'll say, all right, I'll roll with that, but sometimes I look back at later, man, this shit wasn't even worth it. But, man, you got to defend your territory. I wasn't out there really gang banging, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, and all that, but, I mean, I had to, defend them. That's home. I had to do what I had to do. But,
may I ask you a question? How do you encourage them?
I mean, I tell them, hey, man, it ain't even worth standing on this corner. It ain't even worth you going to rob somebody or you doing it, man. Get a job and get your education before anything, man. Cause like once you get behind them bar, them Negroes you saying them your homies, them ain't your homies. They ain't gonna go send you a kite. They ain't gonna worry about you. And guess what? When your dumb ass get locked up, they gonna be fucking your bitch. So you saying them your homies? Them ain't your homies, man. Quit saying them your homies. I tell my kids that I'm about to go with my homie. They ain't your homie. But I said when you got out, when you was locked up, how many niggas sent you some money, man? How many niggas put something on your book? I say, is they your homie? I say, quit saying that goofy shit, man. I say, I'm your homie. I'm your dad. I care for your ass. But to sit up there and you talking about you go do this, shoot this, no, don't do that, man. I've been in there and shit. I just feel like waking up 4, 5 in the morning and all that. Talking about child time. You got to go make breakfast or something for another guy. Come on, man. Don't do that, man. I said, I've been there. I've done that.
So you discourage them from doing wrong.
Yeah, I try to tell any shorty I see that's doing wrong.
Do you,
man,
and I'm just asking, I don't know, do you attempt to encourage them?
I do encourage, you said discourage them.
Yeah, you discourage them from doing wrong by telling them this is what will happen if you do wrong. But do you try to encourage them to do right by saying, and this is what can happen if you do the right thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Come on, man.
I'm just
I'm not no
asking.
dummy.
I never said you were. I've never called you a
I'm
dummy.
entertaining on this radio, but in real life, I'm not that person, man. I do this entertainment shit on the radio, but in real life, real talk, I'm not that. I'm not no negative person. I speak positive in people.
Twin, I've never called you a dummy. I don't believe you're a dummy.
No, I'm just saying these goofy people that be on the chat and radio, uneducated and all that, I ain't really with that damn voting and all that shit. I just came aboard since Obama. I can care less about that shit. You all want to get mad at me. No, man, I speak good positive things to any shorty. My cousin, family member, he ain't got to be related to me because I know about that life, man. Just going to school and you shooting and motherfuckers shooting over your head. That ain't cool. Feel like I was in the army, man. That's crazy how it is.
But look, no, I get that. I want you to understand the question I was asking. The story that you were sharing, which is good, that you're discouraging these kids from doing bad. You're saying if you do this, this is what can happen.
Yeah,
somebody be, fucking your bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's that would discourage me from doing bad. But you know how sometimes people say if you take something from somebody, you have to give them something to replace it with. So I was just asking, are you saying that, but if you go get your education and
No,
then,
I tell them, man, get your education and get a job, man. Out here robbing and, selling dope. I mean, it's consequences and everything behind that. I say it's a game. You win, you lose. But, hey, you got to suffer if you get caught. I say that right there. I say that game selling dope or not, that's over with, man. That's over with. You know how over when somebody got to kill you, man. Hit you with the fentanyl, now you got to overdose. The game's so cut up and bogus now, man. It's crazy how it is now, man. Yeah, so you can't even put a pack in my hand and say, twin, hey, you think you get this? No, I'm cool. No, the game, so they cutting it all which way. You ain't getting a straight period no more, really. Unless you know somebody.
do you ever
So
share
messed
with
up.
them that, look, I left that life, man. I go to work.
Yeah,
I got
I
a
do
wonderful
that, man.
family.
I do that, man.
I got a,
I do all that, man.
Okay. Okay.
I do all that, man.
Okay.
I encourage a lot of people, man.
Yeah, that's
I tell
encouraging.
them,
Yes.
yeah, y'all ain't like this, man. I'll just pump fake. I mean, just chill on the radio. But in real life, no, man. I don't do that because I know where I come from, man. Shit, it's hard in Chicago. Anywhere, really. But where I come from, Southside Inglewood, shit. From 63rd, 59th, 55th, all through this, man, it's rough as hell. And people don't realize, man. Well, I don't know, man. So we'll get it one day, man. Only thing I do is pray to my loved one, enemies, and all, man. We back and forth with all this politician and gay, straight, you white, black, and all. I ain't with all that shit, man. I just encourage everybody, get it how you get it, man. Just live another day. I don't be on that goofy shit, man.
All
We're
right.
old for that. Be goofy, man. What else to talk about, man? Just pray for the kids in school, man. Cause it's crazy how you just can't go there and just sit there and get education, man. And you get a little goofy just coming in wanting to shit. Cause your life messed up, man. Go pray. And y'all knew that boy was messed up. And you let your little son go there and shoot up the school? You know Billy go get that shotgun you untrain them to shoot, that deer with? Come on, man. They should be locked up, too, just like they did that one parents locked them up. He should be locked up, too.
He is. The dad is locked up.
That's good.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was locked up or not. That's a good thing.
Yeah, he's being
Shit, all
charged
these
with,
kids get
like,
little
second-degree
2-3-year-old,
murder and something else. Yeah, he's been charged with second-degree murder and something else. I don't remember all the charges right off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's good. Just like they leave their guns out here, they'll 5-year-old shooting his little brother or something like that. That's too. Come on, man. That's crazy. Yeah, lock their ass up. But at the same token and stuff, why you ain't lock them other guys up that shot the 60-year-old? Go find that person that shot that woman down on the West End a couple of months ago. This shit crazy out here. I just don't understand the government. I really don't, man. Really don't, man. One day we'll get it together. One day, man. If it takes time, like they say, God always, procrastinate or whatever, and always delay his time. But hey, he always on time. It might take a little bitty, man, but he always on time.
Sometimes he let your numbers fall. Sometimes he let your numbers fall.
So you trying to be all jokey joke. I'm being dead ass, man. Sometimes you got to put that PlayStation away, man.
Oh, my God.
No, you always trying to be jokey joke, so I don't know how to take you, man. You got to put that PlayStation away. Whatever you play, put it away for a minute. Be serious for a minute, man. Real talk, man. Why am I hearing myself double on here? You got me phone tapped or something? The FBI after you?
They may be after you.
Man, I'm hearing myself talk twice. I don't like all that. Ooh, brother, engage with your phone now, man.
They might have tapped your phone.
No, it ain't my phone. It's that bogus electronics you hooked up. Ever since you got that little sky blue background, everything's been messing up.
That's been a long time.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah. What else going on, E-Man, before I cut you out?
I was talking about people making sure that they check on they loved ones, especially people at nursing homes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I do that. I I deal with clients. Real talk, man. I deal with clients and stuff. I got like one left because 2 of them died on me, man. Hold my heart. So I just got one left. So I make sure I call them every day, even my old client. I make sure I call him. Cause man, I hate to tell you this, man. Man, these motherfuckers. Forgive me, Lord, but these motherfuckers, though, man, that's down here, man, they don't give a fuck about their relatives, man. It's a shame. And now it be hurting my heart, cause I cook, I wash them up, cook, clean, everything for them, but I'll be like, man, when the last time your relative been over here? Well, it's been 2 months. It's been there. I said, what? And then they call me, man, on my off day, which I'm off the weekend. They call me, twin, baby, can you come cook for me? Can you run to the store? Hold on, where's your daughter? Where's your son? But I do it out of the kindness of my heart because I love old folks, man. I love them, man, because I learned a lot from old folks. And people don't realize that, man. Yeah, but it's sad how these people down here, man, your relatives don't even stay that far, but they can't even come visit you or how you doing, grandma, uncle, or something like that. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It just be hurting my heart, man. I check on the elders all the time. Baby, you all right? Just call me if you need anything. Do it all the time, man. I ain't supposed to put them in my car and nothing like that, but hey, we taking a rat. We getting your ass out this house. You been in this house too long. You ain't in jail. Come on, let's go. I'll go get him, take him to the park. And the one lady I took a month ago get her hair and feet done, man. I said, you about to look pretty today. Come on, Miss Smith, let's go. Yeah,
Okay.
man. So, you know, I definitely care about the elderly, man.
Yes.
Homeless too, and the little shorty, man. I ain't like that. People realize it's entertainment for me, but real talk, Twin a G, man. I'm a gangster, man.
And
Yeah, but,
you mean gangster in a good way, not gangster
Gangster
in a gangster way.
Gangster can be any way, man.
That's why I said you mean
Just
it
like
in a good way, not in a gang-related way.
Whether bad way, yeah, the good way though. But
Yeah.
you can be a gangster in any way.
Okay.
So
Trying to
me,
help.
I'm a good gangster. Them the bad twin gone. I'm the good twin now.
All right.
In a good way.
All
You know,
right.
you got to change up after you mature enough and get old enough, and man, got to put that childish way away. That's what I be trying to encourage you to do. But you be on dummy too much, man.
Bro,
Yeah, man, you be
Don't-
on that goofy stuff all the
bro,
time.
just go pay that bill.
Huh?
Go pay that thing off.
Pay what off?
Whatever you told the Lord you needed to have paid off.
Oh, that's already done.
Okay, well, good.
I shot my 10% back to the Lord, and He gonna bless me.
All right.
So keep blessing, because I'm gonna wake up in the morning. That's a blessing right there, ain't it, man?
That is. All right, twin.
Hopefully I'll see you, Lord's will, Monday to see.
All
You have a
right.
good weekend, man. Real talk, man. Everybody in the chat. But I still don't like you, man.
That's all right.
I'm just playing.
Take it easy,
All right,
twin.
man.
All right. All right. That's twin. He really a good guy. I believe him. I believe him. I believe he's a good guy. Y'all, I got to get out of here. I might not be here Monday. Monday is Mrs. Livingston's birthday. Y'all know September is a busy month for me. September is a really busy month for me. Monday is Mrs. Livingston's birthday. The following Monday is our anniversary. And then the Monday after that is my birthday. So September is really busy. So I might not be here on Monday. It depends on what Mrs. Livingston want to do. If she because sometimes she I'm tired of going somewhere. I want to go to sleep. That's what I want for my birthday, some sleep. Baby, go to sleep. So we'll see what happens, but I may or may not be here on Monday. All right? So these next, 3 Mondays may or may not happen. But, hey, it'll be interesting whatever happens. I'll have a good time. See, does she watch the show? How does she feel about you getting cussed out? She watches it sometimes. She's not a regular. So sometimes she watches it. Sometimes she don't. She don't mind me getting cussed out. She know it ain't that big of a deal. She know it ain't that big of a deal. Mayo should say, take Mrs. Livingston out to a great dinner. If she want to go out to a great dinner, then I will take her to a great dinner. But again, someday, because she always running. And so for real, some days, there have been birthdays. I'm like, what you want for your birthday? And she like, for real? And I'm like, yeah, for real. I just want to sleep. I want to stay in bed all day and sleep. I want to rest. I don't want to have to go to a meeting. I don't want to have to do a report. I don't want to have to go out to eat or cook or nothing. So I'd be like, all right. And so that's what I let her do. Y'all, I'm sorry, Janice. I said it. I said the Y word. Everyone, enjoy this weekend. It's supposed to be a nice, cool weekend. I'm going to get out, cut the grass, edge it up real good. I haven't done a real good edging since the beginning of the year. So I'm going to get out there with the edger and edge it up and, you know, get all that stuff done. I'm going to enjoy some outside time this weekend. So I want everyone to enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the weather. Sorry. I got weak eyelash follicles or something. Because I'm forever getting an eyelash fall and, you know what happened when they fall and kind of stick together and, you know, you doing all of that stuff. Enjoy the weekend. That's really all I'm trying to say. Thank you all for hanging out with me. And as always, every day this weekend, be the reason that somebody smiles. Till next time. I'm out, y'all. Said the Y word again. I'm out, everyone. Peace.